like a mess. Okay, so hi guys, thank you for tuning in today. As you can tell by the title, I am doing a makeup look using only my mom's products. So let's see what we can come up with, shall we? I don't know if I should, I don't think I need to, but okay, so let me show you what I have here. So I have my makeup brushes here, and I cleaned them last night. And the only reason I am not using her makeup brushes is she breaks out a lot. Well, no, not really. She just claims that she has sensitive skin, but I honestly just think that she doesn't want me to use them, which I don't because I have my own. But so I will be using my own makeup brushes, but I will be using her makeup, and her makeup little container thing is a little dirty from the makeup, but I didn't even see what she has in here, so I don't know what she's got going on in here. But this is her makeup little makeup bag that she keeps stuff in. And then I also have my mirrors I need, you know, to look at myself. All right, so but before I start, I do want to say thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for the thumbs up and subscribing and all of that. I am so happy, I'm so thankful. And yeah, so let's get into the video. I think maybe I'm trying to decide if I should just make a separate story time or if I should just include it here. I think what I might do is just kind of tell you guys what happened last night. Oh boy, it was a little scary, so I will let you guys know, but let's just get started. Let's see what she's got going on in here first. We'll start with, she has foundation in here. So what I'm going to do, since she does not use eyeshadow, is use her MAC Skin Finish Mineralized Soft and Gentle. So I think it's just like a highlight. So it looks like this. So I'm just going to do something very simple. So that is what I'm going to start off with. So I will be using this Maybelline concealer in the shade number 10 Fair to prime my eyes. So this is a little different. I usually just use primer, but we'll use this. So not an issue. So we're just gonna go in and prime away. I used to use this guy all the time. I love it. So what I'm gonna go in with is Sigma Concealer Blend Kabuki F79 brush. And that is just, I'm gonna pat and make sure it's all in there. The thing is with my mom's makeup, so I've been, obviously I haven't been able to tan because I am preparing for surgery. So like with my mom's makeup and stuff, luckily, because she's a little bit paler than I am, her foundation and her makeup should work fine for me since I'm losing my tan. And you guys know why. And then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna use some Rimmel powder that she has, and this is just pressed powder. There's something. And that's what it looks like. And this is in the shade Silk Beige. I will be taking my Morphe M441 brush and applying this to my lid. And this is going to be a very natural look. My mom doesn't wear a lot of makeup, so this is going to be very, very light. It's probably gonna look like I have nothing on. And that's honestly, I think that looks the best on me because I don't look the best with a lot of makeup, I've noticed. And it sucks because a lot of girls do look really good with makeup on. Like a lot of it's like, but that's not I. Okay, so that's what it looks like. So it's super, super light. I'm gonna pack on a little bit more just because it's so light that you can't even tell. cute. I like it. Next thing, let's see what she has for brows. So she has Benefit Goof Proof Brow Pencil. And she has the Brow Conditioning Primer. So we'll go ahead and start with the primer first. Okay, so let me get into my story so you guys can, because I'm sure you guys are just itching to find out what happened. I'm gonna go in with the Benefit Goof Proof Brow Pencil. What's on the other side, I wonder? Oh, okay, so it's a, okay, duh, that makes sense. Okay, so last night, this whole week, I have to work. So like, it's not easy for me to fall asleep. So I've been having like trouble falling asleep and stuff. I usually like to sleep on my side or I sleep on my stomach. I just am very comfortable that way. I've noticed recently, and this just has been happening lately, when I sleep on my back, I start off sleeping on my back and I'm not fully like asleep yet. I'm still like up kind of. I've noticed that something weird has been happening. So I try to avoid sleeping on my back all the time. And something tends to happen, as in, if you guys know what sleep paralysis is. So sleep paralysis is like super, super scary. I had that happen to me. I'm gonna clean up my under my brow with some setting powder. So obviously, like with that, you guys know, if you don't know what sleep paralysis is, the best way I can explain it, hard for you to move, but you're somewhat awake and somewhat still, you're somewhat awake, but you're having a hard time moving. So what happened to me was, I'm gonna go in with this like Sephora brand Bright Future Gel Serum Concealer. It looks like that. And it's in the 0.02 shade, so we'll see how white this looks on me. So I'll put this under my eyes. But basically, so what happened to me was, and this is just supposed to brighten under your eyes, which is really good. I fell asleep last night. Like I said, I've been super tired. I get tired during the week because I don't fall asleep until after midnight, and so I have a hard time falling asleep. And I fell asleep before, I want to say I fell asleep before, I want to say it's before 8 is when I fell asleep. And I was just super, super, super tired. I was extremely tired. And so I fall asleep, and then I get woken up after 2 a.m. And so I try to go back to sleep. When I woke up, I was obviously still so tired. She has MAC Studio Sculpt and the shade NW25. I love MAC. I woke up, I was sleeping for, I want to say it was like, I was sleeping for a good amount of time. I went to bed, I want to say it was before 8. So I was sleeping for a good 6 hours. That was my nap. That's how long my naps are. That's why I don't nap, because I don't nap, I sleep. But and so I ended up waking up. I'm gonna go in with my Morphe M439 brush, and it looks like this, and it's just a buffing brush for foundation and whatnot. But so I ended up waking up, and I really just wanted to go back to sleep. I mean, it's after 2 a.m. I don't see myself staying awake for what. So I'm trying to go back to sleep. And what helps me fall asleep is watching YouTube videos. And YouTube videos, I just let them play, and it's kind of like having the TV on when you're sleeping or whatnot, napping. And I just love, for some reason I have this pimple here that just does not want to go away. Do you guys see that? Like, it's so obnoxious. I mean, it's not even a pimple anymore, it's just a scab at this point. So I just thought, you know what, I'll just let this play. It'll help me fall asleep, whatever. So that's what I ended up doing. Of course, I am sleeping on my back. You guys don't understand. The experience I had last night was probably the worst one that I've had in a long time. Like, in such a long time. I was sleeping on my back, and when you have sleep paralysis, you are awake, but you can't move. If I'm not explaining it to you where you're able to understand, just Google it and you'll understand better. I just don't know how to explain it, but I'm laying on my back and I am completely aware of what's going on. And so at this point, I know I'm awake, I just can't move. So I'm laying there on my back and I am trying, I mean, you guys don't understand. I am trying to I'm trying to move to wake myself up out of this. So I move, and for some reason I'm moving my shoulder, and it's so weird because like last night, I felt like this shoulder, only this shoulder was levitating. Like, it was so bizarre to me. It was crazy. And so this shoulder, I feel like it's moving up, like I'm moving up off of my bed. It's so weird to like explain, and that's never happened to me before. My eyes are going crazy. So when you are like stuck, your eyes, like you can move your eyes, you move your eyes all over the place. I was doing that. I would wake myself up out of it completely, but then I would fall asleep again and the same thing happened. So it just kept reoccurring and just kept reoccurring, and that happened. Honestly, I'm not even joking. That situation happened like 3 times. I woke myself up, but then I went back to sleep again, and then it happened. So it happened like 3 different times in the same night. I'm afraid to go back to sleep, right? But I still ended up going back to sleep. I was able to actually fall asleep again and have no issues. But you guys don't understand. It was like the worst. Should I use this? Yeah, we'll use this. It was the worst experience. Okay, so what I'm using is the Superstay, Maybelline Superstay full coverage under eye concealer, and it's in the shade 10 Fair. I ended up falling back asleep and had no issues. The reason why I do want to share this is because I know it happens to a lot of people. It can happen to anybody. It can honestly happen to anyone. I know there's some people that actually want to experience this, where they will try and force themselves to like fall asleep and not fall asleep fully, and it can happen. I don't know. I've never tried. I've never wanted it to happen. It just kind of does. And so I'm gonna put some on my chin. So that is basically what happened last night. I mean, it was the worst scare of my life. I think it was the worst one yet. I mean, I was to the point where it was so hard for me to like wake up out of it. I'm fully aware of what's happening. Fully aware. The first time it happened to me, I was 16. The brush that I'm going to use now to blend out the concealer is my MAC 130 brush, and it looks like this, and it's just a stippling brush, the smallest stippling brush you'll ever see. People who really want to see what it's like think it's like the coolest thing ever and they love it. I don't know. I am an anxious person. I get anxiety from certain things or certain people. So this is not something that I would ever want to experience. Unfortunately, it is something that I experience. But like I said, I've noticed I experience it when I'm sleeping on my back. And so that is why I avoid sleeping on my back at all costs. I'm gonna go in with Rimmel Stay Matte powder, pressed powder, like I have been. I'm gonna be using this brush, and this brush is from Real Techniques, and it's the brush in the number 400, and it's just a fluffy brush, or yeah, it's a fluffy brush, and I love this brush. But yeah, so that is the experience I had. If you guys have experienced sleep paralysis, comment down below. I really want to see what everyone else's experience was like, because mine is just so scary. So I really want to hear your guys' stories. Feel free to comment them down below. If you don't want to, you can also message me. We can have a conversation about it, because like I said, this happened to me a handful of times. I will be using my Sigma tapered highlighter brush in the number F35, and it's just this itty bitty brush. I'm going to use this to highlight. I don't really highlight ever. On a rare occasion, you'll see highlight on my face, but honestly, I just feel like I shouldn't, because I just look sweaty. Wow. That is crazy. So yeah, like I said, leave your comments down below. Thumbs up this video also if you've had sleep paralysis, if it's something that you've dealt with, if it's something that you've experienced. Mascara, it is the Loreal Pro and Fiber mascara. Okay, and I'm also going to use this number 7 lash extender. If you've ever experienced sleep paralysis, let me know. I just really would love to know. I know I'm not the only one out there who's experienced something like this. I just want to be aware, and I want anyone who is experiencing this to be also aware of what's going on. I had it. I didn't know exactly what it was. And I remember I was dating my boyfriend at the time, and I told him something really weird happened to me last night. He said, what? And I told him, I said, for some reason I was unable to move, but like I was awake. I need something on my lips. No, duh, I'm missing something. Okay, so I'm gonna try this Revlon Kiss plumping lip cream. So I basically told him, I said, I was sleeping last night and ooh, this is cute. I like this. I told him, I said, I was sleeping last night and for some reason it felt like I was awake, but I couldn't move. And that's exactly what I said to him, because I didn't know what was going on. Obviously, like, I've never, I mean, that was the first time I've experienced it. And I said, I couldn't move. And he goes to me, he said, he told me what it was. I don't know if he's experienced it before. I can't remember if he said that he's experienced it before. I like this. But I don't remember him telling me that he's experienced it before, but I think honestly he probably maybe just read about it. But he just goes to me, he tells me what it was. He said, oh, that's sleep paralysis, this and this happens. And I'm like, that is so strange. So I started Googling it. If you're just like extremely tired or something, then it can occur. And I think that's what probably triggered mine to happen. I don't know for sure. This is the finished look. And like I said, she does not have any bronzer, so I cannot contour. Yeah, so that is the finished look. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I dig it because I usually wear my makeup like this anyways. I do want to say thank you to everyone who has been tuning in, who has been keeping up with my videos. I just want to say thank you. Thank you for subscribing. Thank you for all of the thumbs up. Thank you for all of my friends who've been sharing my videos. Thank you so much. I am truly happy. I'm truly thankful and blessed. I will see you guys in the next video.